Hey, well, today I'm angry at local government, and when I say local government, I really mean city and state government. But today we'll focus on the city level because the problems are so glaringly apparent there. So let's talk about first the fact that city budgets around the country have been grossly mismanaged, ridiculous contracts have been entered into with public sector unions, and the cities themselves have borrowed enormous amounts of money and are broke. That is the least of the problem. The problem for us is they're not providing the services that we need. Let's look at what services a city provides and let's see how well the cities are doing at meeting them. And we can look at any city and you can look at the city where you are, but let's look, for example, today at Los Angeles, one of the biggest cities in the country. So LA, if you didn't know, is suffering from rolling power blackouts. They periodically turn the power off. They being the power company. There isn't enough power for all the residents, and so the residents have to do without. Now, not having enough power is a mark of a third world country. It's only in third world countries that you really find resident citizens having to own generators to make up for the times when the city or public utility is down and isn't delivering power. We're now starting to deal with that on a daily basis in California, home to 40 million people. 40 million officially. God knows how many there actually are. So there's power. What else is a service that a city provides that you have to wonder how good a job they're doing? Let's look at water. How many cities in the country would you be comfortable drinking the water? How many cities water would you give to your 6-month-old child for a year, for example? You'd have to be pretty sure of the quality to do that. I don't think the quality is that high. I mean, these pipes are decades old, decades, if not a century old, and yet we still rely on the city-provided water. What else does a city provide? Well, how about hospitals? If you have any interaction with a hospital in an American city, you're going to be lucky to walk out without being bankrupt. If you spend the night, it's going to cost you 5 figures. If you spend a week, it's going to cost you close to 100, and if you spend a month there, you're probably going to walk out bankrupted, homeless. You're going to leave the hospital to the streets once the house is sold to pay the hospital. There's no way that you want to have any interaction with the hospitals. How about with the police force? Do I need to say anything more? I mean, if you think an interaction with the hospitals is a painful experience, you really can't rely on what kind of interaction you're going to have with the police anymore. They're armed and armored as if they're in a foreign occupied land, and they're ready for hostility from the residents, who are us. Anyway, let's not dwell on that fact. I guess the only thing that the cities are really good at is dealing with sewage, which is ironic that they would be competent at that. So here we are in 2020. We don't have any cities in California, at least, that are reliably providing all 5 of those services. And I don't know if any cities in the US are actually providing these services reliably, unless you look at small villages or HOAs. But these major cities, not only are they bankrupted, but even with the huge debts that they have, they still are not able to provide basic services for their residents. How will this end well? When will the residents rise up? I mean, right now, these cities and states are actually going to be demanding more in payments from their residents while their services are going down. At some point, this intersection is going to be spectacular to watch, and it's going to be a disaster. Please, let's try to stop it before then. Let's wake up.